This afternoon, NBC 10 saw multiple unmarked SUVs here. 5 people, some wearing vests that said police federal agents on the back, went inside one of the apartment buildings. 2 agents waited outside, 1 person taken into custody that we saw. Whether this is connected to President Trump's effort to root out illegal immigrants, something he has promised to do, is unknown. We also saw federal agents at a building on Lexington Street, also here in East Boston. A witness there told us she saw 1 person arrested. There's roughly 11 million undocumented people around the country. President Trump has said the priority is finding and deporting those with criminal backgrounds.
The largest mass deportation operation in American history is officially underway. Federal law enforcement has already begun to raid sanctuary cities, and the woke Democrat establishments there are absolutely panicking. Wait until you see what liberal local news affiliates in the sanctuary cities are desperately doing in response, and we're going to see why it's all too little too late. The Democrat dreams of mass illegal immigration have officially turned into their own worst nightmare. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to give you a front row seat on the rise of a new conservative golden age. So you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Take a look at the New York Post front cover this morning. The Iceman cometh. Trump raids sanctuary cities to deport illegal migrant crooks, plans 10,000 troops at the border. That's the key in the end. The overall strategy that Trump is employing here is kicking him out and keeping him out. Kicking him out and keeping him out. So mass raids and mass troop deployment at the southern border. In just 48 hours, Immigration and Customs Enforcement has reported nearly 500 arrests of criminal and violent illegal migrants. Remember, this is how the Trump administration is rolling out the mass deportations. So they prioritized illegals who represent a security and safety threat to the American public. So they're the first to go. We all remember, I'm sure, the shocking reports coming from immigration authorities that Biden had allowed in over 13,000, yes, you heard that right, 13,000 convicted murderers into the nation, and tens of thousands of convicted violent offenders as well. And again, those were just the ones we knew about. Those are just the ones that were caught and then summarily released. It was beyond insane. Well, as of today, nearly 500 of them have been rounded up just hours after Trump took his historic oath of office. There are reports of Black Hawk helicopters sighted in a number of cities. They're reportedly being used by ICE for missions that include searching for and transporting detained illegal migrants. And the woke left is absolutely flipping out. Take a look at this pathetic report from ABC News Chicago instructing illegal migrants on how to avoid ICE agents.
Breaking news at this hour as well. President Trump now authorizing ICE to target schools and churches in its deportation raids. He is revoking a directive excluding arrests in so-called sensitive areas. Chicago's immigrant community on edge tonight as Michelle Gallardo reports. Activists and elected officials are canvassing neighborhoods, letting people know their rights should ICE come knocking.
Up and down Cermak Avenue today, business after business prominently displayed the same flyer. Don't open for ICE. Little Village business owners telling us it's the least they can do. People need to stick together, no matter their immigration status, says Jose Luis Vasquez, who's owned this computer and phone repair shop for 9 years now. A few blocks away at the Little Village Arch, a handful of activists braved the sub-zero wind chills to rally against the Trump administration's stated plans to conduct mass deportation raids in Chicago.
We've been out here since 5 in the morning, educating our community, educating our people that they have rights.
Among those canvassing the neighborhood was 22nd Ward alderperson Michael Rodriguez, who spent the morning passing out informational flyers, instructing people what to say should ICE come knocking.
Esto le puede entregar a la inmigración
There was, to be sure, little in terms of foot traffic in Little Village today. And while much of that may very well be related to the cold, there is most certainly fear.
Gang, if you have not yet secured the deed to your home, you need to click on that link below right now and protect yourself and your loved ones. The deed to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But the problem is that the deeds to all our homes are now online. And so criminals are free to find your deed, forge your signature, refile as the new owner of your home. Then you know what they do. They take out tons of loans using your home's equity, and then they stick you with all the debt. But that's where our good friends over at Home Title Lock come in. They're amazing. Home Title Lock gives you the peace of mind that the deed to your home is absolutely and completely protected. Click on that link below right now. Use promo code TurleyTalks, and all you got to do is enter your address for your no-obligation home title scan to see if you've already been a victim of deed theft. It's a $100 value, absolutely, totally free with my promo code TurleyTalks. Gang, don't wait for the worst to happen, only regret you didn't do something about it when you could have. Do what I've done. Do what countless patrons have done. Click on that link below right now and secure your home today. So that was ABC News Chicago basically running interference on behalf of illegal migrants. This is what happens when your city is run by a Democrat monopoly. The media no longer speaks truth to power. It speaks for that power. The local media is no longer there to hold politicians accountable to following the law. Instead, they're there to provide the cover needed so that these lawless politicians and activists can continue breaking the law. It is pathetic. The Democratic Party is the party of lawlessness. They are the party of open borders. They are the party of lawlessness. They are the party of crime and mayhem, which of course explains why Chicago is one of the most violent, crime-ridden cities on the planet. They were the single most murderous city in the entire country in 2024. Surprised? Because as you can see, they're a failed state. Chicago makes Mogadishu look like Monte Carlo. And it's precisely the kind of city that ICE officials are going to crush. Here is Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller.
The initial immigration raids have already arrested and removed some of the most vicious criminals in this country, including child pornography cases, homicide cases, sexual assault, attacks on children. And this is just the very beginning in the effort to liberate this country from the migrant criminal threat. In the coming days, you're going to see a massive scale up in enforcement activities all across the country to dismantle these criminal networks. So not only is it going to be ICE engaging these raids, but also they're going to have support from their law enforcement partners in FBI, ATF, DEA, and U.S. Marshals. We're going to leverage the full power of federal law enforcement at President Trump's command and direction to save this country from this occupation. You're also going to see, as you mentioned, the Department of Justice pursuing civil and, if necessary, criminal charges against anybody who shelters or harbors criminal aliens. That includes individuals in sanctuary cities who are harboring violent and dangerous criminals from federal law enforcement. The tables have turned, and now those who protect criminal aliens are going to face the legal consequences that exist in statute. And at the border, as you've mentioned, the military is en route. They are mobilizing active duty, National Guard, as well as a massive effort to engage in military construction along the southern border to impede and deny the entry of illegal aliens and to send anyone who crosses home, or if they've engaged in criminal activity, they also may face significant criminal prosecution. So every instrument, every lever of federal power is being deployed to crush the cartels, dismantle the gangs, seal off the border, halt the invasion, and send the illegals home.
Boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. I mean, the woke left could try to thwart this in any way, shape, or form they want. As the Borg would say, resistance is futile. The jig is up. And now the question is simply, yo, leftists, do you want to do this the hard way or the easy way? Which way do you want to do it? Now, Miller noted that there is, as we mentioned at the beginning, a two-prong overall strategy to all of this. You have the ICE raids going on all across the nation, and the mass deportations is alike. That's one vertical. But the other vertical is sealing the southern border. So you can call this the northern strategy and the southern strategy, as it were. So the northern strategy is the mass raids nationally, the deportations to kick illegal migrants out, while the southern strategy is the total enforcement of the southern border to keep illegal migrants out. So you're kicking them out and you're keeping them out. That's the gist of the new era of Trump border security. Kick them out and keep them out. Fox News is reporting that Trump is sending an additional 1,500 troops to the southern border as we speak. The military force will consist of 1,000 Army personnel and 500 Marines, and this will accompany the 2,500 troops that are already there after Biden several months back had to capitulate to the political pressures amassing from his deliberate disaster that he instigated the southern border. But again, according to Fox, the troops were not allowed to do anything under Biden. They were there just for show. Well, that show is officially over. That show has been canceled. You canceled it on November the 5th. These troops will help construct new barriers along the border, provide air power for mass deportations. A senior defense official has confirmed this is just the beginning of what will be many more missions at the southern border, eventually amassing 10,000 troops that look like they will be a permanent presence at that southern border. And it's already making an extraordinary difference. Here's Border Czar Tom Homan on this week's dramatic reduction of attempts to illegally cross the border. Check it out.
Absolutely. Look, the greatest president in my lifetime, he's back. Because in 2 days, the last 24 hours, total apprehensions on the southwest border, 766. Compare that to the 10 to 12,000 Biden had at one time. CBP-1 releases, 0. CHNV, Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela releases, 0. Total of 766 across the entire southwest border. That is a game changer.
So we've gone from 10 to 12,000 detainees, people illegally crossing the border and getting caught each and every day, to now just a few hundred. It's literally dissipated to just a few hundred. That is the power of deterrence. So here we are, only the 4th day of Trump's presidency, and already we can see we're getting our country back. And it's just the beginning, gang. We ain't seen nothing yet. I want to personally invite each and every one of you to an incredible live event that you won't want to miss, the America's Golden Age Summit. Mark your calendars for January the 30th, 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, where you explore how America is entering a new golden age filled with opportunities to thrive like never before. During this powerful 90-minute online event, my special guest and I will reveal some secrets for how you and your family can prosper in this new, exciting era. From financial strategies to building a legacy rooted in freedom and faith, this summit is designed to help you succeed. Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now and secure your online spot today. I can't wait to see you there.